original thoughts was to have a very dedicated real estate presentation. Then we quickly realized that this is not the real estate forum or real estate conference. So I kind of removed all the real estate specific details. There's still some left over there, but I tried to share with you guys like one kind of mindset I realized after investing in real estate for like over 10 years. So my topic is about the three foundations of the real estate: the team, the fund, and the project. I'm not going to dive all the details. I will only today focus on the team part. And I was sitting there just to add several slides because I was required to introduce our academy. I chat with most of you that we have an education platform, online education platform. That's the reason we're glad we are here. Maybe in the near future we could collaborate with Gloria and have campus like that physically for people to attend our classes. We start our academy 5 years ago, 5.5 now, beginning of 2019. And when we established it, was the very first such kind of platform for Chinese people. We teach the class in Chinese about the real estate and real estate investment. So far we already have, I would say, over 10,000 students who basically paid tuition to learn the courses on our platform. And you could find our platform basically almost all the popular social medias like YouTube, Xiaohongshu, WeChat, everywhere. Yeah, this is some numbers about our platform. I just asked our assistants to put this together today. The latest number, I think we have 11,000 students, and also we have a lot of established classes. Just now someone asked me what kind of classes we have. We pretty much have everything starting from like flipping or short-term rental like Airbnb, or the long-term and like the commercial real estate like multifamily, triple net, etc. As long as you're interested, you could find something on our platform. And you could probably very quickly take a picture of this. This is our website. We try to find a very short website name. Our real means our real estate academy or our real estate association. On top of that, you can find a lot of courses. But our goal is to make this website an online source for people to find the real estate invested materials. We have a lot of open presentation on top of that. If you're interested, you can find a lot of presentation we shared years ago. So this is us, and we actually also have annual conference, in-person conference. This year we hold in LA, and there's over 500 people join us. We also have a lot, we almost have presentation like almost every day, all kinds of presentation online every day. You could just check our website and find a lot of information there. And feel free to connect with me, and we have different teams working on different directions. And we also have the associated projects. And about myself, it's already introduced. I just want to very quickly highlight that right now I'm mainly focused on multifamily investment. And I also got my MBA not here, but in University of Chicago. It's pretty much similar, I believe, but I do feel a lot of things similar here when I was in University of Chicago. The students have all this kind of discussion about the entrepreneurship, the way to do all kinds of management, and the way to union together do something important or do something we feel valuable. Yeah. All right. That's the introduction part. Okay. I will start my presentation from a deal, like a project. This is a project I missed. I did not purchase this one, but this is related to my topic today, so I use this as an example. This is not only example, there are many cases like that. This is a deal in Wisconsin. Actually, right now I live in Washington, D.C. suburb, but 4 years ago I lived in Wisconsin and I worked in GE Healthcare for about 10 years before I become full-time investor. So at that moment I was looking at a deal in Middle West. This is a deal near Green Bay. Green Bay, if you watch football, you probably know that Green Bay is one of the team, and this deal is close to that place. It's about 2 hours from where I live at that moment. This is a small apartment with 24 units. Sorry, there's still a little bit real estate details, but very quickly, it's a pretty solid piece of real estate, I would say. At that moment, the price is really low. It's only 1.3 million, and if you look back, it is really nice deal. It's very good price. Especially, I just checked yesterday that the leasing price each unit is already as high as $1,000 per unit. So it's overall, you do not need to calculate, but I'm just telling you, overall, if you look back today, it's a very good deal. But at that moment, 3 years ago, I did not get the deal. There are several reasons behind that, but I want to emphasize from the seller side first, and then I'll talk about buyer side. From seller side, the story of this deal is that there are 3 owners own this property, and these 3 owners, they have completely different opinion of what they need to do about this property. The first owner, he said that, look, this property is not well managed, and we do not have money to make it better, and I do not want to put more money, and I want money actually to pour out of this deal so I could do something else. I do not want to deal with this deal anymore. I will show you more pictures. This picture already indicating that some parts of the property is really bad, like the water heater is really bad, the driveway has a lot of dips you need to fill, and the gutter is already bad, you need to put money. Actually, even the roof, we know that the roof always leaking, and instead of replace the whole roof, they just patch it here and there, so it keeps leaking. So one of the owners do not want to put any money, he's very strong, he wants to sell it, and that's the reason this deal is on the market. The second owner said, hey, I think this is still something valuable on top of this. Let's put some more money, repair it, and we probably could, turn the negative cash flow to positive. And there's another owner, the previous 2 owners, they are not local, and there's one owner is local. And he, on the other side, saying that I'm not going to do this work anymore because I feel it's unfair. I did a lot of work. I almost do all the work. And original agreement between 3 of them, they are equally, everyone get 1/3 of the share. He said he did all the work and it's too much work for him. He always, at the side, always do a lot of work. He wanted more share. Before they could settle down new share, he said he cannot do this work anymore. And because of this, unaligned ownership, this deal is on the market, and at that moment the price is relatively low. And then on the buy side, I went to visit this property, but eventually I realized that this property, even though it's still in Wisconsin, but not in my driving distance, it's relatively far. And I really hope that I already know somebody over there that I could do the deal. And that moment, my experience at that moment, I think it's not as strong as right now I am. If it's today, I think I pretty much will go for it. But at that moment, I feel that I need somebody locally support me, and I know nobody. And then this property actually there is an on-site PM, and he actually is living in this apartment, and he helped the owner, one of the local owners, to manage this. And he also, when I talked with him, said that interested in purchase this property, but he's just a handyman. He has no money. So even though he knows this is a property for sale, he cannot buy it. And then I think it's like 3 months after this deal, I met another investor from Chicago, and when we chat, I mentioned this deal. He immediately said at that moment, it's a great deal, we should pick it. Then at that moment when we call them, it's already too late. Somebody already purchased this deal. The story behind that is that sometimes we need some factors to be ready. Like from the buyer side, we need some factor ready to purchase such property. We need to have a team, we need to have money, and we need to be at the right timing to see this property and purchase it. And from the seller side, we are very sadly to see that the seller have to sell it, because today when you look at this, it has become a brand new property. The new owner did put some money and renovate it, and look at this, it's very nice property to have, and the rent at that moment is only like 650 to start with, but they already boost all the way to over 1,000 per unit. So it's a very strong cash flow now. Remember, it's only 1.3 million to start with. So that is to support my point that for almost any real estate deal, we have to make sure that we have a team and a project, a deal, as well as a fund to support the deal. This is the 3 foundations to be there in order to do a deal. Now, I just want to dive a little bit more about the team, because this is a topic supporting what we're discussing today and last night. In my presentation today, when I say the team, I mainly talk about the core team. If you're in the corporate, you will know that in corporate we say core team and the supporting team. So supporting team is anybody that supports you to make this happen, like all sort of partners, including the employees. But here I'm talking about the partners who really work the business with you. Think about the strategy, do the management, and make sure that whatever the business, real estate actually is a business. It's not just buy a house and sell a house, simple as that. When you put together, it is essentially a business. So I think it's very critical to think whether you have a partner or not, and what kind of partner you're looking for, and who, if you meet somebody, how do you know that this person would be necessarily a suitable partner to you for your future career? So I have a list of things put here, but one thing we emphasize again and again is the vision and value, right? Especially like when we talk about today is the opening of our CEO club or the founder club. We are talking about the vision. If we think this is something important, we could make it happen. So it's the same in real estate. I believe it's the same in other business, no matter it's real estate or it's like IT or it's a lot of other things we mentioned. We should have similar vision or value to start with, and then we talk about whether this group of people we have, complementary strengths and weakness, and what kind of personality, whether we could work very happily together. So those things we need to figure out. But I do not have a lot of time today to dive into details. If you're interested, we probably could talk offline. This is something. Is something happening? This is something I'm thinking pretty much all the time, because I think this is very critical, and I want to share with you guys. But since we do not have much time, we could again take a screenshot. Those are the books. I read a lot of books related to real estate, related to the entrepreneurship and also the management. These are 3 books related to specifically to the partnership. There's a lot of books you could read actually. This is just 3 of them. I think one of them is talking about the value and vision I mentioned. And one of them, the last one is about the step-by-step for you, how you could find it or build it. Anyway, those are very quick books to read. You do not need to read a textbook. You could simply just read it, the highlight points, and get what's matter to you. And then when you get out to connect with people, you know which one, or you at least quickly will know whether this one could be potential partner of yours. All right, since we are talking about that, this is something a professor in University of Chicago who's he developed a theory that he actually right now have a course. I took his course. Mentioned that in order to reach your goal, you could always find some way to find some person in your field to support you, and you could essentially find some way that corresponding to what I'm saying is find some partner to work something with you. But there's networking, and he had a complete theory, but I just make it very simple way that we could understand is some strong relationship and weak relationship. So in Chinese we say 强关系,弱关系. I believe you guys already heard about this. I'm presenting this slide just to encourage everybody to think about that, like in your relationship, except your relatives, your spouse, or your kids and parents, right? Who are the people when you have something you really want to share, you're willing to share? And you look around and you think about it, there's actually not many people. We always say 屈指可数. Probably those people, it's only handful of them that you feel really, really 100% reliable, trustable, you're willing to share. Those are the strong relationships. And because the limited time and effort in our life, unfortunately, we usually only have a handful of those people. But the professor mentioned that in your career, in your business, you will find that the weak relationship is also very critical. The more people you know, even though, yes, you need to spend time and effort to maintain your relationship, but you never know. One day, somewhere, someone you connect before will become your important support. And I kind of become more and more realize the importance of this theory when I do the real estate. Especially, let's say, a simple example, I have a project today. I say this project is, let's say, 2 million. I needed 2 million. And if I know nobody, then basically I have to, just like the previous case I said, like the local PM, he has no money because he had no channel to know who would be interested and who would be partnered with him with that part of money. But with this kind of, we call weak relationship, it's like all over the places, like I think among us, most of us are not that close yet. It's also a weak relationship. But if we open our mind and let people know what you're doing, you're interested, keep in touch. Let's say we connect in WeChat, whatever the way we get connected and follow up. You may surprised to find that one day some of the relationship, especially in person already met, they will be your supporter of your business. Sometimes even just some conversation. It's not necessary to be like in my case, you give me money as a fundraiser, or you introduce a project to me because you know somebody who does the same thing. But sometimes even just like you have some idea, you have someone to chat with and get some inputs from those people. It will be critical, right? Like I heard some presentations and like the previous one about the climate. I have no clue about this field, but since I already heard his presentation, one day if I have something related to that topic, I at least could know there's one person I probably could ask some questions. And then from there, maybe he will refer someone else, just like this kind of network picture. It's all about where we could start from, and then eventually whether or not we could reach to the right person, suitable person, eventually become our partner. Like last night, I said that partner sometimes is similar as a romantic relationship or even the marriage, right? Because you not only just have to be aligned on the vision, in the end you still also have to align with the way you guys communicate, the way you deal with the conflict, the way you eventually try to achieve together. So yeah, so this is what I try to say. I'm not sure how much time I left.
You have about 3 minutes.
3 minutes, okay,
Thank
great.
you.
So among these three elements, the team, project, and funds, I will rate team as the top element, because once you have right person, I think sooner or later, with your effort together, you will find a good deal. And with what I just said, the relationship, like everybody probably heard about the 6 layer of relationship, right? You could, in the world, you could reach to anybody else with 6 connections. So with enough connections, you should be able to find fun, especially we always say in real estate, if you have a really good project, money is not a problem, right? But there are cases that these 3 elements, they will not balance together. Like maybe you have a good team, but you don't know where to start from. Maybe you have money, but you do not have a trusted team to invest on. Or just like my previous case, maybe you see a project, but you don't know who you could work with. In government, I always guide people to go back to what we just discussed and start from some partnership to see whether there's somewhere between the partnership you guys could discuss, set up the goal, set up the details, or I always see call for actions, the action list you try to do. And start from there. Don't worry about project fund first, because once you align everything, I believe it's just a matter of time and effort to eventually meet together with the project funds. And I know there's another question about what if the partnership did not work, right? So the 3 items up here is the 3 suggestions. I would say, first of all, check you guys whether still have the same value or vision. Because if your top level vision and value is the same, there's a probability that you guys could just start from the top and say, hey, what is the different opinion we have, whether we could have some other way to solve this different opinion, and we still go towards the same vision. And the other thing is, I always try to emphasize the communication. Sometimes the reason the partnership will fail is you don't know what your partner is thinking about, or you do not understand what is important to your partner that you probably do not feel important. So to have some sense of what your partner's thoughts probably would be critical to solve that problem. I don't know what happened here, but the last resort is if you really have to, eventually release this partnership, go towards back to your original partnership agreement. Usually there's always something we have to put together, no matter it's the operating agreement or it's the partnership agreement, you go with that. But that's the last resort. All right, my last slide just tells you guys, this is what we always say, and I believe that the business I'm doing, real estate, is a people business. In the end, it's not a matter about which project we buy or sell, it's about what kind of people we work together.